What's up, guys? Specstar here today with my fourth battle for the DGBA, and I'm going up here against JJ, and he has himself a threatening Magearna, Naganadel, Mega Metacham team that I have to try and deal with here. He's also got himself an Alolan Persian, a Gliscor, and Rotom Heat. Now, the restrictions are that Magearna and Naganadel both can't Z, and Naganadel can't use Nasty Plot, and Magearna can't use Shift Gear, but there's still a lot of frightening possibilities within for the both of them. And now I just had a close, a little bit of a scare, should I say, with Naganadel in MLBA, and here I am in basically my next league match right up against it. So we'll see what we can do here. I've got a team here consisting of a Mega Latios with Earthquake, Surf, Draco Meteor, and Roost. Of course, the Earthquake for the Magearna. A Celesteela, which is speedy for an uninvested Gliscor. It has Substitute, Leech Seed, Air Slash, and Toxic, and that's to wear down a lot of the walls that actually didn't come to this game. Hoopa Unbound, which is Mild, Scarf with Knockoff, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, and Hidden Power Ice. Zeraora, which is Life Orb with Plasma Fist, Knockoff, Close Combat, and Hidden Power Ice. Amoonguss, which is also Hidden Power Ice. I pulled no punches in dealing with the Gliscor, but mostly it was just a fourth move filler for Amoonguss. Also have Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Stomping Tantrum. It's Assault Vest for the Naganadel and the Magearna. And an Empoleon, which is Focus Sash, Speedy for an uninvested Gliscor, Protect, Hydro Pump, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. And that's a designated lead, so I don't have to think too hard about my lead matchup here, and I'm just going to lead off with my Empoleon. He's going to lead off with Rotom Heat. I'm going to think about this for a second. If he has no speed, I'm faster than him. But I thought he may well have some speed on this thing. I thought he probably should. In fact, I was suspicious that it may be faster than a max speed Celesteela. So, rather than just directly Hydro Pumping it, I'm going to decide to get up my Rocks here, which kind of covers anything he could potentially do. And actually, I'm going to be faster than him. And my dog's licking my hand while I'm trying to do this. I'm going to go for my Rocks. He's going to switch out here and go into his Metacham. And I'm just going to go for my Protect here to try to bait out a high jump kick. And he will go for it, and it's going to lose half its health. Now, in case high jump kick was his only move to hit this, I'm actually going to go for a second Protect to try to force another miss. But he actually shows a Drain Punch, and my Protect fails. So that turns out to be a bit of a dud for me. Then I'm going to bring up my Latios here, and now Magearna seems like the obvious answer, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Earthquake, and we're going to see what kind of damage it does. That looks like 252 HP damage based on the calcs, so I'm going to go right out into my Amoonguss here. He's going to Volt Switch. I'm convinced he's Assault Vest. He's going to bring out Gliscor, and I'm going to bring in my Celesteela, which is just always a safe bring-in on it. And he's going to get up his Rocks here. I'm going to take my chance to sub and hopefully try to wear down his team for my more offensive Mons. He's going to knock off our leftovers, which is not necessarily the end of the world. A lot of the Mons Celesteela was 4 aren't really here, so it's not kind of the biggest deal in this matchup. He's going to knock off again as I seed him. And here I'm going to click Air Slash. Right? No. What did I do here? I think here I went for Toxic, predicting potentially a Rotom switch, and yeah. And here I'm going to Air Slash because I thought he would just Volt Switch out and the seeds would be wasted, but he actually Thunderbolt, so I could have seeded up there, but I think it was still the correct play. Here I'm going to go Zeraora, convinced he's going to Volt Switch, and he does. So here I want to click Close Combat, and the reason is Gliscor was a possibility. If I clicked HP Ice, I risked not killing the Magearna on a potential sack. If I clicked Plasma Fist, then I wouldn't have this thing in range of Hidden Power Ice. Clicking Close Combat tells me tells me a lot of his investment, and then I can figure out from here if Hidden Power Ice is going to take him out, and it also kills the Magearna. So I'm going to click the CC here as he goes out into Gliscor, and I know based on this damage that a Hidden Power Ice will now take him out. He's physically defensive with a bit of speed, and the HP Ice will get him as he leaves it in, and the Gliscor will go down here. And now he's going to go into his Naganadel, and I can't take it out with anything here. I'm just going to go into my Amoonguss, which should be able to deal with it. He goes for a U-turn there, which is good information. Could be a potential Scarf there. Now he's going to bring out his Medicham, and I'm just going to sack my Celesteal. My team just has nothing at all that can switch in on Medicham, so there's going to have to be sacks and trading. And my Celesteal is going to go down here. I'm going to bring up my Latios. Magearna's in range of Earthquake, so I can click Draco Meteor safely. It's the only thing that really takes the Draco Meteor at this point. And he's going to just sack it off to my Earthquake here. We got ourselves a 4-4 game now. And it's going to come down to a lot of offense here by the looks of it. He'll bring out Persian. I definitely don't want to leave this in on it. I'm going to bring out my Amoonguss, and he's actually going to go for Foul Play. So here I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb, which kind of hits anything except for Naga, which wouldn't come in on it. Do some decent chip there. And here I'm actually going to predict him to Volt Switch and click Sludge Bomb again, because I wouldn't think he'd want to Overheat while I went into Lati, but he actually Thunder Waves, which is pretty annoying for my Amoonguss here. But now, since I left Amoonguss in, I'm pretty sure he's going to Overheat, and I'm going to go into my Latios to try and take this thing on. And I'm going to bring it out here. He's going to Overheat. He's going to miss it, unfortunately for him. And I'm going to try and take this thing out with my Surf, and I am not able to. The unfortunate thing in hindsight is Draco Meteor might have actually been able to do it there, so a little bit of regret there, but there's also a decent chance it wouldn't have. But, or no, it probably would have. What am I talking about? But that's hindsight. I thought Surf might have been able to do the deed there, and I didn't really want to drop my SPA to potentially give something a free in. But yeah, in hindsight, I definitely should have clicked Draco there. My Lati got paralyzed, and here I'm just going to click the Draco here in case he wanted to try and switch this out, predicting the Surf. Anything would have forced this out regardless, so it's not like the SPA drop now that I'm paralyzed means anything. And here he's going to bring out his Naganadel, and I'm just going to have to go into Amoonguss, which does take this thing on, and Dragon Pulse there, which not doing too much. And he actually shows U-turn, so he's not Scarfed, which makes it easier for Zeraora and Hoopa to potentially win this in the back. And I'm going to go for Stomping Tantrum in case he opted to switch it, or stay in, not switch out. And now I'll have to sack my Latios to his Medicham, which is just a monster. He takes that out, and here I'm going to bring in my Zeraora, which will get a KO. I'm going to click Plasma Fist, he'll go into Naganadel. I know he's not Scarf, so it's a 2 KO. I'm going to be taking this thing out, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And he will now opt to bring in his Persian. It's moving a little slow for me, or maybe I'm moving a little faster. He's going to opt to bring his Persian here. Yeah, it wound up being Scarf, and I definitely consider that, but at this point, there was just nothing I could really do about that. I just had to click Close Combat and take my chances on this not being Scarf. Very smart bring on his behalf. It's very, very threatening for my offensive team to face a Scarf Foul Play Persian Alola, and it was not something I was very much expecting in prep. And again, great bring on his behalf, and it makes a big difference at a key juncture in this game. And at this point, there's not much I can do. I can bring out a Amoonguss, but I can't take out Medicham, so he would be able to go Medicham freely on Amoonguss, and then Persian would afterwards be able to clean no matter what I did. So That's not too much of an option here, and I know the foul play takes out my Hoopa, but there's not much I can do. I just have to bring out my Hoopa here anyway and click my Focus Blast, but he does take me out. And I'm gonna bring in my Amoonguss here, and I'm just gonna click Sludge Bomb, see if I can preserve some differential. And I won't. And I will be able to take out the Persian, but Amoonguss is not gonna be able to take the W here. So we're gonna start out here 2-2 plus 2, which is a lot of 2s, and not exactly the result I'm hoping for after the start. But the opponent here, he just played a solid game, and he had a very smart prep, and I lost a close one here, but definitely a good game. I had fun playing it. GG to the opponent, and we got 6 weeks left, and we're gonna definitely start to bring some more W's here. I definitely don't play for 500, so we're gonna have to rebound stronger next week, and we will definitely give it our damnedest. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.